Are you the kind of person who runs toward or runs away? Hey friends, it's Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church. Always enjoy connecting with you midweek. Hope you're having a wonderful week. Know that we love you and pray for you. That question again. Are you the kind of person who runs toward or the kind of person who runs away? Now, a few weekends ago, my daughter ran in a running race in downtown Grand Rapids. And it was very, very busy down there. Thousands of people, spectators, runners, and all of that. I just love parking cars in that environment. And while we were in that mob of spectators, a thought came to me. A good number of years ago, a little better than a decade ago, Boston Marathon bombing. Now, the Boston Marathon is significantly larger than the Riverbank Run, so there were thousands and thousands of people in Boston. A couple of young men set off a bomb as part of a terrorist attack. People lost their lives, almost 300 people injured. Horrendous terrorist attack. But the interesting thing about the Boston Marathon bombing is that when you saw the news articles and perhaps even a few video clips, when the bombs went off, there were people who were running toward the bomb site and people who were running away from the bomb site. The people running toward the bomb site were quite often first responders of one kind or another, but some of them were average, ordinary, everyday civilians just like you and me who simply wanted to help, even if there was the possibility of endangering their own lives. And then, of course, the most natural response is to run away. People who were scared, in fear of what had just taken place, didn't know what had happened there, but they were running away to, of course, protect themselves, and that's a natural response again. But friends, on that kind of an event, there were people who were running toward and people who were running away. Now, a quick Bible story. Many of you may be familiar with the story of the prodigal son. By the way, that's the wrong title for that story, but if I say that title, you know what I'm talking about. It's the story of the young man who's grown up with all kinds of riches and privileges. He decides to live life on his own, takes his share of the father's estate, goes off, blows all the money in a fairly short period of time. On the way home, the story says that his father ran toward him, which is a very unorthodox thing in their day. Men like that did not run. So his father, who was a man of significant means and significant honor and place and status in the community, goes running toward his son. I love that image because it tells us something about God, that God isn't the kind of God who simply waits for you and I to come home when we've made mistakes. Our God runs toward us. And friends, here's something else. The church is defined as an entity, an organization that always runs toward. Because friends, that's what love looks like. So here's a thought for you. I wonder if your life and the way in which you live could be exemplified by the phrase that you run toward pain or that you run away from pain. Because you're aware of people in your life or situations in the world around you for which there is pain. Perhaps there's a tragedy there. Perhaps there were mistakes made. Whatever it may be, you are aware of people who are in pain. I wonder if you run toward or run away. Here's something else. The Church of Jesus Christ. Because of the simple nature of Christ living out his desires through us, the Church of Jesus Christ has to be an organization that always runs toward pain. And yet, sometimes churches can run away from pain too, because pain gets complicated and situations in this world can cost us something, and it's easy to get caught up in things for which we'd say, I didn't know we'd end up there. But the Church of Jesus Christ, since we represent Jesus in the world, we are also the people, body of Christ, who run toward pain. Friends, you can tell a lot about a person's relationship with the Lord, and you can tell a lot about a church's devotion to the Lord by whether we run toward or run away. And I just wonder what that says about you today. Are you the kind of person who runs toward or the kind of person who runs away? Friends, I hope that resonates with you. It's been on my mind a bit over the course of the last couple of weeks. May we always be the kind of church that runs toward. Hope you're having a wonderful week. Know that we love you and pray for you. Take good care of yourselves and allow Christ to live through you this week. God bless. Bye-bye.